Success after a slow EA launch. The Terminus story. I didn't play the game yet, but I do like zombie survival games. And it looks like the game in the very beginning... Wow, 2021. It had such a slow start. Well, comparatively, this looks like 10 reviews on start. I wonder if it's 10 reviews on start and they didn't hit the algorithm. And then after, wow, more than 2 years, it finally started happening. So they must have done something incredible to... Let's see, Zombie Survivors. Wait, that's actually a 2D game? I didn't know that at all. And it's a pixel art game too. Wait, what? Did I see this before? You know what this reminds me of? Project Zomboid. Big zombie attack. Oh, wait. What is the game called? The round-based game that fakes their RNG percentages and make them look bigger than they actually are to create rage moments. What is that game called? It's a strategy game, a 3D strategy game. What is it called, guys? It's a Korean dev? XCOM. Yeah, thank you, Aizen. Yeah, XCOM. That looks like XCOM, right? Damn. I love pixel art games. Aha, wait. This is a rotated ship, though. So that means they take perfectly looking pixel art and they rotate it and they don't mind... No, why is this important? They don't mind the pixels being destroyed. Interesting. Wait, is there more examples of rotating pixels in the game? Yeah, here it looks like. Or, wait, they're all perfectly rotated, though. Leave the destroyed pixels alone. No, the reason why I'm saying that, bro, is because most people that make pixel art games, they are scared of the fact that they will destroy, not destroy, that they will not destroy, portray pixels in a manner that is destroyed pixel art. And so they try to be pixel perfect, and oftentimes it doesn't actually matter. Deform, yeah, distort, yeah. Sorry, guys. No, like it's about... drawing, whatever, man. Listen, it's fine, man. We're not natively English. No one's gonna hurt us about it, you know. Are you a React streamer now? I always do a React, usually once a stream. I don't see the reason why it's bad. And I'm mostly programming in C++, so I don't really see what the problem is. But no, I'm not. Pixel purist, free bit of the pixel. Yeah, I think pixel purists. Stardew Valley, I think, is such a game. No, actually, I don't think it is. Do you have distorted pixels in Stardew Valley? I don't know. I would have had to play the game a lot more to figure it out, but I don't think you have. I was thinking maybe the sword slash, right? Because you can not the sword slash, basically the attack animation. The melee weapon rotate, yeah, that one. The melee weapon rotation, that's probably... maybe like Stardew Valley attack. Well, they always have perks, pixel... Wait, this one. Oof, that is really badly... That's a really bad image. That's pixel perfect rotation. Wait, this one? Yeah, he does. So if this is from within the game, then yes, he does. This is rotated not 45 degrees. And then this is also not perfectly rotated if... I wonder what that is. That looks cool as hell, man. Yeah, that's got to be higher resolution rendering, and then it is yeah, this has got to be rotated, guys. You do have in some places like barrels, kegs, squishing and stretching. Have you seen this video? What is this video? Is this...
Alright, game designers.
I have seen this, yes. We watched this yesterday. If you want to link some, you can put it in Discord in React suggestions. Okay, so there is distorted pixels, and it doesn't look that bad. Some distorted pixels. Here's another one. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. No, never mind. Anyways, so there are some distorted pixels. Not all the time, but a little bit, yes. Okay, cool. The reason why I'm pointing this out is because so many people are afraid of doing that. And then they try to stick to perfect pixel art, which might limit them. I did? Yeah, you did, Mr. Necropolis AD. Anyways, when Terminus had its original EA launch in 2021, it didn't look like it would be a hit. The game had only 15 reviews in the first month, and it took almost 1 year to earn 100 reviews. See, this is what I'm expecting for my game, by the way. The constant streaming... Oh shit, I'm so... Relax. Oh, I'm actually... You're so lucky that you didn't type a message yet. I wouldn't dare typing a message, Firefly, if I were you. I wouldn't dare typing a message. If I were you. Okay. Yeah. And let me play that. Guys, thank you very much for subscribing. Taz DJ, hello there. Good morning. Thank you so much for the big support. Then we do this.
Am I so out of touch?
Thank you very much for the support. And
no.
Anonymous Gifter as well.
One sub to the community.
Am I so out of touch? No.
Tasdij just subscribed.
Okay, let's see here. That huge spike on the right side of the chart is the
August. You are making steady progress.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm making steady progress. That's the important part. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for the support, bro. That huge spike on the right side of the chart is August 19th, 2024. So wait, April, May, wait, Juni, Juli, April, wait, Mai, Juni, Juli, August, April. Wait, so that's more than 3 years later. That's crazy. The moment the game launched to 1.0 after more than 3 years of early access. Since 1.0 it has earned 800 reviews in 10 days. Oh wow, that's crazy. That's so much. Okay, my typical advice. And how much is it now? I didn't even look at this. Oh my god, 3,700. Damn. And how about the charts?
Am I so out of touch?
No, it's
Anonymous
good.
Is gifting one sub to the community.
Thank you, German Internet. Thank you very much for gifting a sub, Anonymous Gifter, to German Internet. That is very interesting. You see these player numbers? So it looks like the game was alive all the time, though. Didn't have many player numbers. But hey, at some point they had more than 10 players a day. And then at some point, they just kept making the game better. That's what they did. So it is possible. See, every single person on the planet Earth that says, oh, when you make a game on Steam, it is dead in the water. It never recovers. I love this game. It's a perfect example. Still, that is 40 times more than 10 GTD. You're wrong. This is 4 times more than 10 GTD. You can say that it is about 2 to 4 times more in the first. Let's see. So that is March till here. August, July, August. Let's say August. August is when it happened. So March, März. Januar, Februar, März, April. März, April, Mai, Juni, Juli, August. That is 6 months where they had below 10 players average a day. Below 10. 6 months. My game has been out for 2 months. And not in early access, but as a demo version. And demo versions usually have less players. So, hey, we've got a chance, okay? That's the important part. You always have a chance. That's awesome. Okay, so 800 reviews after early access. But what was the time in between? What happens here? My typical advice for early access releases is that you should have the mindset that your EA launch is your launch. Launching into early access is not a trial and it's not testing the waters. Feels like that's what they did though, and it worked out for them. Why would you not try to do that maybe? I did this, by the way. That's what I did with my demo version. So I put out a demo version. There was a trial and testing the waters. And then I changed the game over 2 years. And then I did another demo version. There's another trial. The game got better. We got better reception. And now it's private again. And I'm going to make another demo to get even more.
No.
Copium? What do you mean, Copium?
To
Thank you very much for
community.
gifting a sub to Copium, but I don't see the Copium here, bro. What are you talking about? I think this is inspiring, okay, bro? So now let me read! And thank you. I appreciate it. This is because typically your first month of sales is your best month of sales, okay? If you have poor sales at EA launch, you have nowhere to go but down. I see. That is the typical route, but you can be lucky, I guess. I did a study with the help of VG Insights. Who is this? Is that a... What is this webpage? Looks totally deformed.
Am I so out of touch?
Really?
No.
Anonymous is gifting 1 sub to the community.
Dead at arrival? Okay, bro, my game will not be dead at arrival. I appreciate the money, bro. Thank you so much. But is this Mr. Almeida? Can you stop, please, subscribing? Can you stop gifting subs so we can read the article? Thank you. Okay, so this website looks a bit odd. Oh, wait, it looks better now. So it just didn't load yet. Okay. Video Game Insights. Okay. Where I scanned every single game that had both done an EA launch and transitioned to 1.0 to see how they performed. I found that games that don't earn at least 50 reviews by their first month have a chance, 1% chance of later earning 1,000 reviews by their 1.0 launch. Okay, so guys, we just gotta be the 1%. Easy, right? Is Principal Skinner actually Shroud in disguise? Principal Skinner? Who's Principal Skinner? Principal Skinner? Where? Yeah, just be lucky. Okay. Percentage of games by early access review count, achieving 1,000 plus reviews after full release. Percentage... I don't know how to read these graphs. 35%. Wait, percentage of games achieving 1,000 plus reviews, 1% if you have between 10 and 50 reviews. Yeah, so we gotta be the 1%, guys. It's already set in stone. That's what's gonna happen. Oh, we have a 5 to 6% chance if we have between 50 and 90 reviews in our first month. I mean, maybe 6%. 6% is not bad, bro. It's like... Similarly, the best practice is to get your coming soon page live at least 6 months before early access launch so that you can collect at least, everyone says these 7,000 wish lists. It's the same. So you can show up in popular upcoming. I guess they didn't have 7,000 wish lists. I wonder how long this page has been online. Maybe he goes into this. Terminus, Zombie Survivors didn't follow conventional wisdom on either of these fronts. Oh, that sounds like someone I know. Yeah, I did that too. They're coming soon. Their coming soon Steam page was up for only a minimum of 2 weeks and it launched with only 100 wish lists. Their first month after early access yielded only 12 reviews. I feel like that's still good though. 12 reviews. If you only have 100 wish lists and you still get 12 reviews, hey, I call that a win. Because like you have the game up by 2 weeks, you earn 50 wish lists a week. Hey, I call that a W. By any conventional prediction model, this game was dead on arrival. There was no chance. But somehow, after years of perseverance, Terminus, one-person development team... Oh my god, this guy's a giga chat! This is a one-person single development team. He's doing the coding, he's doing the marketing, he's doing the art, he's doing everything. My god! Man, that sounds so familiar! Where have I seen this one before? Just wait! Everyone that's, you know, a contrarian in chat, just wait! Okay. Has built up a real player base. As of August 2024, the game has 2,200 reviews and has a concurrent player count of 2,100, and it just keeps going up. I mean, I think it stopped though. Yeah, that was the biggest one, bruh. So yeah, damn. In today's blog, I interviewed Ingoian. Ingene, the developer behind the game, and analyzed the stats to try to understand what factors allowed Terminus Zombie Survivors to beat the odds of early access and actually succeed after a slow start. Yeah, we looked at this. 6 months with like below 10 players. Hello, Jova, my man. Good morning. Goodness Nymphexis, you too. Good morning, you guys. What is Terminus? Zombie Survivors. Shall we watch the trailer? The release date trailer?
No.
Let's see.
The few who survived were forced into hiding.
Let's do this again.
No one saw the infection coming. The few who survived were forced into hiding. But now it's time to fight back.
Matthew. Nice
You'll need to
trailer.
scavenge for resources,
Nice.
craft tools and weapons,
Ooh, yeah.
learn new skills, and adapt to stay alive.
Oh, I was reading Ultra Instinct for a second, man. I was like, damn, there's Goku in the game.
Relentless hordes. Upgrade your gear. Every battle
Nice.
counts. You'll need to claw your way to safety. You might stumble on survivors.
Can you build a
Their
team?
trust won't be easy to earn.
Oh.
So choose your allies wisely.
Oh, you can. You could. Wow. Like it's
You must
huge.
navigate an ever-changing city. Find your way out and escape the chaos.
Yeah, that's rotated pixel art. Nice.
Pursue a cure. And ultimately, hope to reach the Terminus.
Nice. Good game. Very nice trailer, man. That's. When did this release on YouTube? Was this? Oh, that's the 1.0. Sorry about that. Sorry, I apologize. That is the 1.0 launch trailer. I wanted to click watch on YouTube, but I didn't want it to go. Yeah, so it's 1 million views on a channel that has 2,000 subscribers. How did that happen? Is that Steam? That's crazy. Boom. And then it flatlined. But it's good enough. Damn, that's crazy. Now he makes 2.0. It's gonna be another bump. Maybe big streamer played it. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Also plays on Steam. I don't think it is. It's like a 2D DayZ. Terminus is a top-down pixel art turn-based randomly generated zombie survival simulator. What a long name. You must pack a job role, soldier, police officer, firefighter, farmer, etc. and then travel from a random spot on the map to the Terminus, which I guess is... Where's that? I guess I can't see that on the map right now. Which is the safe zone located at the end of the railroad track. Oh, that gives me flashbacks to... What's that called? It gives me flashbacks to... what's it called? Metro. Navigation to any node on the world map. This world map drops players onto a turn-based environment where you can explore, loot supplies, and fight zombies. Yeah, we saw that. The game is endlessly replayable, and each one is different. Oh, we need that too. I see. This is the classic type of game Steam players love. Crafty, buildy, sandboxy games. Oh yeah, it's always the same, isn't it? Yeah. That are non-linear, endlessly replayable, and infinitely complex. I mean, look at this cooking and crafting menu. You have 3 different types of fish and 3 different types of courtesans you can use in your recipes. You mean you have 3 different fish? What do you mean 3 different types of fish? I thought you had this fish, and then this fish was the same, but another fish. But the same color or model. So basically he has 3 fish in the game. Is the game made in Rust? No, it's not made in Rust, you guys. Game Engine. Python. That's amazing. Nice. Hey, we have a Python gamer here. It's made in Odin. So why does it say Game Engine then? Isn't Game Engine Python? Engines Game Engine. Huh? I don't think it's made in Odin, bro. It looks like it's Python. Anyways, you guys like the music next to it? Side note, I love the idea of traversing the zombie apocalypse with a lobster and a Dungeness crab in your backpack. Okay, well, why would that add to the environment? I don't understand why that would add to gameplay. I never understood these things. Like, what does a lobster and a dungeness crab in my backpack have anything to do with my... Whatever. Anyways, let's not hate read, okay? There's not hate watching, it's hate reading, but okay. Here's the basic timeline for the game. February 15, the Steam page was up, coming soon. And then early access, literally the same month. Again, minimum duration allowed, only Korean was supported. Okay, yeah, that guy's a gigachat. He was like, I'm just gonna make my own language, whatever, bro, who cares? English? And then August, March. I can only do this in German. I'm so sorry. März, April, Mai, Juni, Juli, August. So 6 months he added the English translation. And there was 33 reviews. That's good though. So the game was alive. He was constantly gaining reviews. It's not like other games that I've seen that don't get any reviews. If you have... Wait, how much did he have? Like 15 reviews on day 1 or in the first week? And then over a 6-month period, he got 32 reviews. That's good. So it's like slowly climbing. August 3rd. So 3 days later, first major coverage by English language YouTuber. Aha, and he has a link to it as well. Oh wow, for 500,000 subscribers, and the video has about almost 100,000 reviews. That's good, nice. Zombie banging on the door, main character. I'm reading this book now, or never. Seems like a pretty good game. Falcon would love to see more of it. Oh god, isn't this a giant Walking Dead reference? Following the tracks. I watched this game in Korean. I'm happy they finally have English version. Man, this game has a lot of potential. Oh, people said that about my game too. Yup. You should watch this because you can hear how he describes the game. Terminus is Neo Scavenger meets Project Zomboid with a dose of Cataclysm. Note. Hey, how do you read this? I guess this is the note. Look at how he uses X meets Y. Everyone loves X meets Y. Oh, everyone loves X meets Y? Bloons meets Path of Exile. Interesting. Just a thought, okay. December 2021, very famous Korean YouTuber plays the game. Like, there was already a very famous person playing this. Wait, this one has more subscribers. 500,000. Huh? But this one got 500,000 views. So that one's crazy good. Cool. Very nice. December 2021, yeah, and then June 2024. Wait, so we jumped 3 years? What is in between here? Nothing? Daily deal. We ran a daily deal in June, which provided a great exposure on Steam ahead of the full release. What is a daily deal? Guys, daily deal Steam? Is that the game is free for a day? What is this? Daily deals are curated promotion on Steam offered to games that fit the criteria described below. Games selected as daily deals are featured on the Steam homepage, applicable tag and genre pages. Eligibility. Since daily deals appear prominently on the Steam store and are visible to broad swaths of customers, we need to have the confidence that these offers will be interesting to a broad set of customers. Therefore, we judge eligibility for daily deals based on demonstrated customer interest. He didn't have that much interest before. Momentum in revenue over the past few months. I see, so that the momentum in revenue was probably increasing, and that's why he was able to go on the page. You will never be offered this? Just wait. Just wait. You guys are too negative. You need to wait, bro. Revenue. The threshold shifts over time based on how many games are demonstrating strong revenue, but typically the games that qualify substantially reach tens of thousands of dollars in revenue per month. I don't think he had that. I don't think so. Or maybe. When did they do this? Wait. June 2024. Let's... January... April, May... Yeah, he had that. When you have 60 concurrent players and the day before or the month before you had like 200 players in May. I think he had more than 10,000 revenue then. He did, most likely with 200 players. Yeah. So, wow, damn, how did he do? I'm not interested in this, right? When they did the June stuff. What happened before this? What happened before the part where this happened? Like, how did he get to 200 players here? What did he do there? We ran a daily deal. Release date August. So I asked Jion what was the game, what was in the game at the launch. We don't care about the launch. I want the start before the launch, bro. Before the launch is the part. Okay, anyways. When the game launched in early access, it just had one of the current 6 endings. Reaching the Terminus and none of the special zombies or many of the crafting and cooking recipes that are now available. It also only supported Korean. You'd like to see what it looked like at launch, at it back then, check out this video, which shows the game about 5 months after early access release. In the first couple of years, I didn't focus much on sales. There were too many aspects of the game that needed improvement. Oh, I've seen that. I have that too, yeah. So I devoted myself entirely to fixing bugs and adding content. Huh. Feels like what I'm doing as well. I only started paying serious attention to marketing around 2023. Analysis. The main reason Terminus Zombie Survivors had such a soft EA launch was because InGeon just didn't market it. It didn't have many wish lists, the Steam page was only up for 2 weeks, and it didn't participate in the Steam's Next Fest or any other festival. Also, the game only supported the Korean language. Yeah. Despite the rush to EA, the game still had an ending, so players could play through at least one character path. I see, so I don't even have an ending, which is why my game is even worse. Okay, streamer-friendly game. YouTube was far larger source of traffic than Twitter, besides the video I mentioned earlier. Splattercat Gaming covered our game 4 times during early access, which was a huge help for reaching markets outside Korea. Yeah, guys, we gotta do the YouTube marketing, for sure. I'm not in the lucky position that he is in, that the game was still good game when he released it. My game was really bad when I released it, so his game is better than my game on release. So 4 years ago when he released his game, he already had a game. I don't. That's a big difference. Spline Editor is crazy content, can't wait to try it. Yeah, Spline Editor will be amazing. Yeah, that's one thing for sure. Okay, analysis. There is a common refrain among marketing that you don't want to overexpose your game. Don't show the demo too early to streamers. Yep. See, guys? That's why I privated my demo. I don't want streamers to see my demo in this version because it's not good enough. I learned that. Because once they play it, they will never play it again. Exactly, that's what will happen. So, I got Togglebit to play my game. He said that he's gonna play it again. But I don't want any big streamer to play my game. Like someone that has 10,000s of views or thousands of views. I don't want them to play the game like Primogen, because that will just show the game in a state that it's not supposed to be in. And that will not be the final result. So it will just be a wasted opportunity. If the game is streamer friendly, they will play it over and over again. Splattercat loved the game. He basically checked on it every single year to see how it evolved over time. Ooh, wow. 185,000, 250,000, 88,000, and wow, that's almost 1 million views. That's crazy. This streamer played the game for 8 hours and 19 minutes straight and still didn't run out of content. He even played it several more times. Ooh. As recently as 2 weeks ago. Terminus, day 1, let's play together. Let's see. Oh wow, 1,000 views, that's good. It's been going up as well. Tornis Entertainment. Cool, very nice. I don't agree with the advice that you should hold back from promoting your game to streamers. If your game is highly replayable, streamers will not get tired of this. This fear of overdose is the perfect example of falling for loss aversion. Well, I don't understand. What? This fear of overexposure is the perfect example of failing for loss aversion. Why is there a link? Eh? And why does it link to what is loss aversion? And why is that so bright? Stop! If you have something that is decent and not too buggy or janky, send it out. It is better to have the chance that early streamers play the game and you get that visibility than to wait and miss out on it forever. I agree, but you also know when your game is not good enough when you already have feedback, so I know that his game was probably much better. Even if a streamer plays it and says it isn't good, now you know. Well, you could also have normal players tell you that though. You can fix it. You can reach out to streamers later and tell them you fixed the problem. I guess you can, yeah. Is Cakez, I'm never saying that me having one player a day is a good thing. That is not a good thing. I never said that. Okay, bro? The upside of a streamer playing a game way before launch is so much higher than the downside of them playing it early and not liking it. Okay. Discount strategy. I place a high priority on ensuring the players don't regret their purchase, which is why I don't discount the game at all for the first few months. However, since not offering discounts wasn't drawing in enough players, I decided to go with the minimum discount of 20% that triggers Steam's email notifications. I didn't want to offer a deeper discount during early access and risk disappointing those who supported the game from the ground up from the start. Interesting. Okay. Oh wow, wait. Price 15. How much is the game actually? I never looked at this. How much is it? I thought it was 10 euros, but I guess it's 20? Oh, it's 20 euros. And it's currently on minus 25%. Nice, okay. Here's the discount chart for Terminus. As you can see, no discounts for the first 10 months. Yep. Interesting. Okay. Well, we're gonna go into early access this year too, by the way. That's what I want to. That's my big goal for this year. For those of you who are wondering what I have in store for the game, that is what I try to reach. We are checking Terminus. They went, basically that's how they went. They had very little players in the very beginning. And then it slowly just kept getting better over time. Up until like really popping off. As an indie game for sure. It's a really successful game now. Advice. Steam was built around the idea that you will discount your game. Discounts are... discount at every opportunity you can. So this is but his advice, right? That's not from the developer, that's from the guy writing the article. I know Factorio doesn't discount, but you're not Factorio. And there's no way to test the counterfactual if they had used a traditional discount strategy. Okay, Factorio might be... Why is that so good? I guess we would need to look into Factorio. Why don't they discount their game? What is the reason for that? Factorio never discounts it? Why? Do they have so many... patches? Oh my god, 21,000 players. 32 euros. Aha. Factorio only got more expensive? Really? Why? Because they add more content to the game? Is that what happens? November 2024. November 2024. Factorio doesn't discount because it doesn't need to. I know Factorio, I haven't played it, but I know that it exists. Let's see. It's actually growing over time. Interesting. If you go to the maximum, it had 7,000 players base, and then it went up to 18,000 players over time. It just went... And the price history, how does that work? How does it look? Where is it? Price history. Let's see, I want to see the graph. So they started with, I don't know what this is, the first one here. Can't see this, but they increased it to 30 and then 32. Interesting. But why do they do this? No one knows? Because they don't need to, because they're so successful? The DLC release is huge? Historical law 20 euros, so they started with 20. Okay. Okay, Fanatical bundle. In August of 2022, Terminus, the Zombie Survivors, was featured in a Fanatical bundle. The Fanatical bundle was helpful in the end, but looking back, it wasn't the ideal approach. Some viewers... Why can I not read? Some users viewed the inclusion in the bundle negatively, and I regret that. Why? Because the game was so much cheaper in a bundle? And when was it? August 2022? 2022. It didn't do... Oh, it did, though. The game had like 7 players, and then the bundle happened, and then it had 20 players. That's a lot. Analysis explains it. Okay, let's see. Several years ago, bundles such as Humble and Fanatical were a huge way to get visibility for your game. But today I think it's mainly for bargain shoppers and don't impact the bottom line. As you can see from the game's Steam DB follower chart, the bundle didn't have a major impact on visibility. The curve continues upward despite the bundle. What are you talking about? Are you stupid? Is this guy not able to read data? August 2022. You dumb? It went like this thing just increased so much. It was a good idea. So basically, I'm actually getting mad at this guy. What? So basically the curve was like this. It had a very slow climb, and then this is where the bundle happened, and it's basically like this. You can clearly see this here. It's not that drastic, but it's definitely like, It had a huge impact. It was an amazing idea. Guys, you don't understand. He gains, let's see, May, 685. June, 735. 50 wish lists in a month. 50 followers in a month. Guys, 50 followers per month. August. I can't see it. August 1st, 818. September 5th, 808. I need to calculate for this. 818 minus... Well, how much was it? 1,119. 1,100. Let's just do 1,105. Because it's not like a 2 month. Bro, that's 280. Compare that to 50. You kidding me? That's like dividing this by 50. That's almost 6x. Like, don't people understand numbers and graphs? What is he talking about? It didn't impact the bottom line. Wait, what is he saying? Didn't have a major impact on visibility. Wrong. That is a major impact. Anything times 2 is already major. I'm sorry, kind of hate reading this, but that's a dumb assumption. I think if we look at a 6x increase almost, that's huge. That's amazing. Anyways, my gut tells me that those bundle platforms are best used for your back catalog and then using that as visibility to cross-promote your newest game. It doesn't really work if you're mid-development. Wrong. Wrong. Wrong assumption. Wrong assumption based on this example. Sorry. If you have 10 and suddenly have 20, it's not that much, to be honest. No. It's not that you have 10 and then suddenly you have 20. It's you currently have 10 and now you have 30 because you gained 20. You gained 10 before, now you gain 20. Now instead of having 20, you have 30. You go from 10 to 30. Because you gain twice as much. People seem to hate Humble Bundle now, though too, so putting a game on there may have some negative effects. It's not yapping. I think this had a major increase, but this was very flat. Was very flat. Look at it from their point of view. They now have so many people that it seems insignificant looking back. Yeah, of course. But if you are at point A, you've gotten from here to point A. the game started growing slightly. And now the game grows, let's say, 4 times more. Bro, what? That's great. So it basically was the start of this. It's part of growing, yeah. So I totally disagree with this. Wrong assumption. Totally wrong assumption. Because you can't look at this now and say, oh, this would have happened anyways. What if this never happened? What if this never happened and the line stayed like this? Then we would be somewhere here, maybe. Maybe here. This line bumped it up. So anyway, let's move on. I started thinking about the 1.0 release last year once I had added all 15 planned occupations in version 0.9. Okay, and introduced the first non-terminus escape ending, escape by boat. Later that year, I felt it was time to prepare for the full release. Okay. I just like talking more about the part after the full release, because that's when he's already successful, but okay. 1 month before the 1.0 launch, Terminus had collected around 60,000 wishlists. God damn, bro. What? The momentum was really building. Ingeon did a real marketing campaign for this version and for the game. Influencer marketing, paid ads. Oh wow, key mailer, masthead, whatever masthead means. Press release and more. Aha. I usually recommend against... See, what I like about this game here, the journey of this game, is he had a game here. He released the game, had a few players, and then he kept learning from the feedback that the game gave him, the players gave him, and he kept learning from his mistakes, and he tested out many different approaches, many different strategies to increase his player count, and some worked, some didn't work, but over time, because of all of these tests and continuous development on the game and patches, the game just kept getting better. So I think this is an amazing example of a game where you have a game, you put it out on Steam, and you make it better based on feedback. That's what I like a lot about this. I usually recommend against paying for streamers because their coverage typically falls flat. Yeah, usually it does. Ingeon used a really good technique for paying only for tested streamers. Of paying only for tested streamers. What does that mean? I reached out to influencers who had previously played Terminus or the Project Zomboid, offering sponsorships for videos. This approach was quite helpful. Ah, I see. So if I wanted to do that for my tower defense game, I reach out to streamers who played Bloons before. Or maybe some streamer played my game, and I ask him to play it again, but this time for money. Here's one of those paid streams. Project Zomboid. This zombie roguelike has 96 positive reviews. Damn. How much did it give him? What is the view count on this video? Oh wow, 38k. It's not too good, but it's good. Get Terminus. Is he not mentioning that he's sponsored? I feel... Oh, this is the... No, wait. You gotta mention that you're sponsored, bro. Oh, hashtag ad. It's here. Okay, never mind. The slow build of the following paid off. The game was quickly featured in new and trending. Also, many streamers played it upon launch. Marketing a Korean game. Ingeon is Korean, and the game got its early foothold of marketing exclusively to that audience. I asked him what the major social platforms are for Korean market. Korean Twitch. Aha. Korean Reddit, DC Inside, okay. Korean fandom. I see. So they all have their Korean counterparts. Interesting. Well, it might be fun to try and promote your game on these sites. Note that Terminus didn't really take off until the English translation. Yeah, it actually happened. Yeah, English translation, and the English streamers started playing it. So don't expect a huge impact from marketing it. No, I wouldn't do that either. So how did Terminus pull it off? Okay, let's see. As my data scrape showed, 99% of games don't succeed when the first month fails. So why did this game eventually take off? I think it had a player base from the very beginning. That's the big reason. It never lost its player base. It's not like the game had 10 players on launch and then it went down to 0. It had 10 players on launch and then it stayed at 4 or 5 or 6 every day. So you have a constant player base, and that constant player base keeps the game alive. So that's what I think was one of the biggest reasons, at least like from the statistics points. In short, I think the lack of marketing and the fact that it was Korean only and the game was never discounted meant that the low sales at EA launch were not indicative of the quality of the game. Oh, basically at EA launch the game basically didn't exist, it was untested. You can see that as soon as the game was translated to English, a major YouTuber picked it up and loved it. This was a good sign that there was something there. Yeah, I guess that's true. Similarly, the game was updated by streamers. Wait. Oh wait, similarly, as the game was updated, streamers like Splattercat kept coming back to play it. This is a good sign too. The core game was good. It just needed content and marketing. Oh, I've heard that before. But Chris, you said this wouldn't work. Yes, Zombie Survivors succeeded despite not following the current approach. However, that doesn't mean lol nothing matters, marketing doesn't matter, do whatever you want. That one guy on Reddit. Okay. Please don't take this... TLDR luck? No, I don't agree. I don't agree. The game was good enough. Bro, I hate ads. Hello there, sir. On Twitch. Maska on Twitch. Good morning, bro. Yeah, you got a weekend to do. Anyways, let's continue here. Let's see. Let's get through the last bit here. We're almost done. So, he tells us not to do this. I think it's fine, because making a game better over time and listening to feedback, that's why I think the game got better. I hate that he doesn't go into the specifics. So I don't understand why no one in this universe talks about the fact that he listened to feedback and made the game better, and they bring examples. It is so tiring to see the same thing. Hey, he started marketing here, he started marketing there. That is great, but why don't you talk about specifics that made the game better, the game was worse before? Because that is one big factor that makes a game or breaks a game. If, for example, you make a game where the controls suck, then people tell you the controls suck, you make the controls better, and then you see an increase in, let's say, 1 player a day. That is how the game got better, and I like talking about that, because everything else just purely focuses around marketing and not the actual game. Anyways, I needed to bring that out right now, because there was an accumulation of, because we are already past the that's how the game got better, which only focused on the marketing. And then basically sidelines was the actual game. Good games are good. Yeah. Okay, anyways, please don't take that lesson from this. You should still follow the best practice of 6 months of gathering wishlists, Steam Next Fest, 7,000 wishlists, popular upcoming. I'm aware of Injeon's fantastic game and I can commend him for what he has done. However, with all due respect, I think his success could have been greater if he had followed best practices. Maybe. But we didn't even talk about the game. We just talked about marketing. Imagine if back in February 2021, on the early days of his up-and-coming page, he did playtests, so to gather feedback and to build wish lists instead of going right into early access. I guess we did playtests, so yeah, anyways. Then what if the early access launch after all of these were met? Then, what if he did early access launch after all these were met? The English translation and the 7,000 wishlists, the Steam Next Fest. By doing this, I have no doubt that the hockey stick growth we see at launch today would have arrived sooner. What if it, though? Because what if the game got so much better? No, I don't think that... No, I don't think it would have arrived sooner, because it takes time to get to 1.0. That's my point. It's not like you have this checklist, you make this checklist and then the game magically is 1.0 now. No, that's not how it works. It is still 0.5, 0.6, and you still have glaring issues. You still only have one ending. You still only have a combat system that maybe is flawed sometimes. I'm not muted. I'm not muted.
Day.
You're banned.
When will you finally do what you always talk about and release a demo? Please click.
Shh. Goodbye. Okay. Anyways, so I'm a little bit mad. You can intense right now. You can see that because I think as a game developer myself, I think the important part, the game, is not discussed enough oftentimes. While yes, he had a good genre, a good game in the genre, there were still issues that prevented him from getting players, even past the point of adding in an English translation. Because this is the English translation. Where is this? This is the English. Let's make this smaller. Here. Wait. This is the English translation. It is okay. But hey, look at this. It increased. The English translation is an increase in growth. But there are other updates. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, this is already long enough. Anyways, okay. What if the early access launch? We would have been sooner at launch. Sooner. By this, I have no doubt that the hockey stick growth we see at launch would have arrived sooner during the theoretical launch of early access. We had with a hit much earlier. I don't agree. Because it takes time to make the game. Sorry. He could have done at least 2 daily deals, weekend deals per year, which would... No, he would not. Because you can't just jump from 0.6 to 1.0, man. That's not how it works. I'm sorry to break it to you, but it's not like you make the strategy and then magically you have 1.0. It took him 3 years to get to 1.0 because you need to make the game. It's like... I'm sorry, but this is totally like, this is Wonderland thinking, where you could have utilized that, ignoring the fact that the game takes time to build. So while, yes, he could have done all of that, but that takes time. So 6 months, he doesn't earn money from the game. He doesn't earn money from the game in the 6 months that takes him to do this. So what then? How does he feed himself? Maybe the income from the game allowed him to pay an artist. Okay, let me ban some people. Rico, Mark on Twitch. Goodbye. Was? Weiß ich nicht. Okay. Okay, I'm mad. Sorry, guys. I'm mad. So there's this dude right here. We killed one of them before. He is decently easy. Okay. Shut up. Why does she always have to cook something when I'm streaming, man? Bruh. Yeah, exactly, bro. Greetings, Cakez. Hello, chat. Hello there, sir. Good morning. No, she's not cooking for me. She's cooking for someone else, for her family, okay? She's not cooking for me. She's cooking dry cake. I don't like dry cake. She successfully distracted him. Okay, anyways, let's move on here. So, yes, I like this message from first-time chatter, just a viewer. Bro, if he knew everything he knew after he made the game, he would have made it faster. Thinking. So that's my point too. Also, it takes time to make the game. So I feel like this is the wrong thinking here. I think this... in my opinion, now, I have not released my game into early access yet, okay? So obviously, I'm a total noob when it comes to this. In my opinion, though, I think this guy did everything right. Because you know why? Because he made mistakes and he learned from them. So many people are even afraid to do these mistakes and they don't ever do them. And they think, oh, I have released my game, I have 4 players, the game's dead, I stop. He did everything right. He didn't quit. He didn't stop. He kept making the game better. He listened to feedback. He tried out different things that might have been bad. He saw the result of these things. He learned from that, and it got better because of that. So I think he did everything actually perfectly. That's what I think. Yep. Take it with a grain of salt. Obviously, I'm still a noob. I'm still learning, but yes. Again, I love this. Let me see. So I don't agree with this. Again, I outline this alternative universe not because I want to cast doubt on what is already amazing success. I do this because I want you, my dear reader, to misinterpret his success as a sign that you can ignore the best practices. But I think the best practice is to listen to feedback and try to do better. I feel like it's not talked about enough. You must account for the huge opportunity cost by not following the meta. I feel like this goes against just making a good game. Because you can try to follow the meta, but what if you never reach 7,000 wishlists because your game sucks? Like, I have 800. My game sucks. So how can I follow this meta? Like, for me, this would take, let's say, 10 years. By the current standard of wishlist that I'm getting, it would take me 10 years, man. What? I cannot follow the meta, bro. I'll die before that happens. You know? Summary. When I was at university, the scariest thing in my study of computer science was the halting problem. Here's the full definition, but in short it says that there are no computational problems that are so complex that we can never know whether the computer will eventually solve it after grinding on it for a very long time. Or that the problem is just an impossible task, will send the computer looping forever and ever. I get this lonely, mythical feeling in my gut when trying to think about infinity. And what does this have to do with it? I'm so happy for Ingeon that his game Terminus, but its success inspires the same existential dread I feel when thinking about the halting problem. For any game that does poorly in its early access launch, is it wise to grind the game, improving it, building a community with it, or is it better to wrap the project up to a quicker 1.0 launch and then start working on a second game? I think you decide that based on reception. I think you decide that based, you try this out, you try to grind, you try to improve, you try to build a community. If that fails, I think then you move on. I think that's what happened to me. I had a terrible, let's say, first impression of the game, demo, and then I tried to do this, and the game got better. Not to in the same speed that this game got better, but my game got better. So that's good. Look at this VC Insights concurrency graph for the game. You can you can really see the line creeping up continuously, a good sign that things went, yeah, like it just keeps going up. We saw that earlier too. Anyways, good article nonetheless, even though I got kind of mad at the end there because there wasn't talked about the game itself, not enough, if that is even a word. But hey, look at this. I think it's amazing. I love this guy's story, and it gives me hope for my own game too, because I went the route of trying to improve the game, and it feels like it's working. The reception of the game gets better. The feedback that I get from the game gets better by every month. It is not in the same speed that this game is, but hey, you win some, you lose some, right? We all have our different... We all have our stories, our different paths. Good morning, my streamer. Hello, Venus. Good morning. What is the meta? I think the meta was described in the article good enough. Basically, the meta is this. Follow the best practices. Gather wishlists. 6 months, gather wishlists. Steam Next Fest. 7,000 plus wishlists. Up and popular and upcoming. That's the strategy. So 6 months, you gain wishlists. That is your initial impression of the game. Let's say you get a wishlist a day. That's bad. What would that be? 6 months, half a year? That's about 150 wishlists a day. That would be, in this time, that would be terrible. Then Steam Next Fest. You try to get a bump of wishlists there. Let's say you get 1,000 wishlists. Let's say you get lucky. And then you try to farm till 7,000 wishlists to inform your wishlisters that the game is out when you release into early access, so that you get into popular and upcoming. That is the best practice that he's talking about. But this party is difficult for some people.